Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fulton Street Beats. If you're watching this video, you've probably just ordered from Fitment Industries and you're wondering what to expect. Now, I was a first-time buyer from Fitment and I'm going to tell you my experience. Now, I've heard good, I've heard bad, and I've heard neutral. But I guess we never really know until we do it for ourselves, right? And that doesn't mean it's going to be this way across the board, but I'm going to give you my experience with them. As you can see, what we have in front of me are these beautiful XO Helsinki wheels. Now, these are a beautiful wheel. I was looking for something for my 2012 Genesis, and I needed something stout and something grippy because the thing doesn't hook up very well, and I wanted a competition tire. So I went with a Federal, and what this is a 595 RSRR competition tire only, and this is a 265 ZR35 ZR19, and man, are they sticky. And if you can tell by the tread pattern here, they're pretty aggressive too. Nice wide tire, and I'm pretty pleased with my purchase with them. Now, it was not a cheap purchase, but to a lot of you it might be. I spent around $2,000 for this. As a matter of fact, I spent $1,972.88. And what did I get for that? Well, I got these competition rated tires that are very sticky that I really needed. I got these Federal competition tires. I got tire pressure monitoring system and the TPMS installed in them. And we're going to get to that in a second. And then I got the Bulge Acorn spline nuts and the lug install kit. What the lug install kit basically consists of a special tool to go on the lugs that you get with them. So I'm going to give you these prices. So my wheels were $714.28, which is a real bargain for these wheels because honestly, look at them. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're a 19-inch wheel. They're 10 inches wide, and they have a positive 40 offset. And they fit with a hitch, but that's not that Fitment Industries sent me the wrong wheels. It's that I knew I would have to do a little bit of modifying on my fronts. So if you're not sure your size, check with them. They'll be happy to help you out. And like I said, you got a tire tax on at $10, but for around $2,000, you're into this ship to your door UPS ground. No fuss, no muss. They drop them off, and they're mounted, they're balanced. And we'll get to that in a second too. They're balanced and ready to rock and roll for you, kinda. So what was the ordering experience like? Well, I ordered this particular set of tires and wheels based on two things. Performance, well, three things really. Performance, price, and kind of availability. Now, when I say that, they were available, but they didn't have them. They had to get them from the manufacturer, waited for them to come in and put them together, which is going to lengthen your order time for sure. But it wasn't as bad as I thought. I ordered these on 11/25/2022. They were scheduled to come in 12/15 of 2022, and they were, well, about a week early. So not too bad. And I will tell you the whole process from the processing to the product inbound, and product inbound means that the product is going to their warehouse. Yes, they have literally thousands of combos of tires and wheels, but they don't have everything. So some stuff they're going to have to get from the manufacturer. If it's on back order, I suggest you stay away from it for a back order, but mine was on the way. The product was inbound. It got there. It went from, I think it skipped preparing order. That's how fast they were on it, from preparing order to shipped. And it was like, boom. 4 different tracking numbers for 4 different tires and wheels. And wow, they were shipped quickly. They really, really were. And when they came, you guys might have seen the video. I don't know. I just did a quick, I guess you could call it an unboxing of a wheel. And I threw them on the car to test fit them and do what I needed to do to make them fit properly. Took them down the road. There was no shakes, no shimmies, no nothing. What I will tell you, if you're interested in these Federal tires in a competition series like this, they do sound like you're being buzzed by an airplane. It's just the nature of these tires. There's nothing wrong with them. So if you order these, that's what you're going to get. They're just, well, they're a road race tire. So That's the sound that you get with this aggressive tread pattern. Why? Well, I contacted Federal. This is the reason why, because a lot of people use these in the wet, and these channels, these large channels that they use on these wheels, disperse water out the edges, giving you quite a hum because there's quite a bit of space in between. So that's the nature of that beast. Now, any issues with Fitment Industries? Well, no, not really. There's some things that I did take note of, and if you're into cars or you know anything about them, you'll know that there's markings on the tires that are supposed to line up with the valve stems. There was a couple of tires that the marks didn't line up with the valve stems, and the reason that those marks line up with the valve stems is because, well, when you put them on that way, you're supposed to have less weights on the wheel. Although these are pretty good, it didn't require a lot of weights. A couple tires did require weights. One tire didn't require any weight. It was dead on. And that's the sign of a first-rate tire going along with a first-rate wheel. I learned that many, many years ago working with B.F. Goodrich. First-rate tires on first-rate wheels sometimes, not all the time, need zero weights. And that's good. So we did have a wheel that I think this is the worst one that I put up here. This has got 3 weights on it, but not a lot. It's not really out. Now I suggest you put the wheels with the weights in the back. Now when you order from Fitment Industries, they give you a piece of paper and they actually will give you a diagram of the wheels with the weights, what they weighed out at first, and then after they got done, how much weight they used, and their suggestion of putting them on the front, which is putting the ones with the most weights on the rear, which is very, very helpful. I did have to run a spacer, a small spacer, to gain some clearance on my particular application. Like I said, not due to Fitment Industries, but due to the custom wheels and tires that I wanted to run. Now, tire pressure monitor system. Well, there we have kind of a conundrum because these are supposed to have a tire pressure monitor system in them. Can I verify that right now? No, I can't, even though I put them on my car. When I first put them on my car and I took it down the road, I had no lights on, no TPMS sensor light was on. And I drove it for about 20 miles. The very next day I got in the car and I had TPMS light on, which kind of shocked me. So I immediately thought that they registered quickly with my sensors in my car and I didn't have to do anything. I quickly realized that there was something off. I stopped, I checked the air, they're all the same. Everything was right there. And just to double check, I let a little air out, put it back in, and drove for another 25, 30 miles. The light was still on. So here they are again. They're sitting right here. Why? Because I'm not going to run these in the winter, of course. So I have my other wheels and tires on the car. I take these off, gave them a quick ceramic wax, cleaned them. They're going up. But for the life of me on my particular application, I cannot figure out how to get these things to sync with my tire pressure system in my car. Google search quickly determines that it's just a lost cause to try. People are saying push the TPMS button. There is no TPMS button. Turn the key forward. There is no key. It's a push button start. So they're using random things. A lot of times you have to program the sensors for the car. Now the sensor that they supposedly used is a sensor that most systems readily read from what they were saying. And that's what I thought happened. But I'm hoping that there's actually a tire pressure monitor system in the tire, because that would be something. So we're going to have to check that out. We'll have to deal with that in a little bit. I'll update you with that and let you know what's going on with that. But just so you know, be forewarned, if you have a tire pressure monitoring system, it might not read it, or, well, they might not be in there. I'm not sure. But I did pay for them at the tune of, and just say, let's see what we got here. They are a tire pressure monitoring system. It's not giving me exactly which ones they are here. Hold on here. TPMS. They were $180 bucks. $179 for the TPMS sensors in the car. So, not cheap. So I would expect them to work, and I can't. They just emit a FM frequency that is pretty much behind your fender wall. usually your plastic right there, and they just emit a frequency, and that's how they run. They verify pressure. It's really simple to do, so I don't know if they're emitting the proper frequency. It seems like it'd work. Maybe we got to figure it out. I don't know. If you guys have a suggestion on how to make it work, you let me know, because I'm stumped on this one. I'll dive into it more tonight, but there you go. So Fitment Industries, yeah. Do I recommend them personally? I think they worked for me. I haven't ordered anything else from them ever. This was a first, but I will tell you the tires and the wheels are absolutely stunning. They're absolutely gorgeous. I have no complaints other than the TPMS system not working. And, you know, that just might be something that I'm just going to have to figure out the bugs in for sure. But first rate service, right to the door, no damage, proper, everything was correct, proper lugs, the spacing that I wanted, everything was right. And less than $2,000, so just less than $2,000. So if you're going to order from them and you want it fast, I suggest you order something that's in stock. If they can get it from another warehouse quickly, do that, but make sure it's going to fit. And that's all I can suggest with them. It's my personal experience. I think they're fantastic so far. Will I order from them again? Probably. Now, mind you, I could have got wheels and tires quicker from other companies. However, I wanted to give them a shot, and I really wanted these wheels. These Helsinkis are sick. I mean, they're gorgeous. They look great on the car, and there's something that you really want to see in real life to really check out. The finish on them is extraordinary and zero blemishes. Thanks for watching Fulton Street Beats Cars and Guitars, and if you could, hit that like button, share, subscribe, get these algorithms kicking. And remember, it's rock and roll, fast cars. Peace.